Technical issues during the broadcast, please call the Oregon Studio hotline at 336-831-0864. Stations, your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Duck's going to pick it up, and here we go. Got him deep. He's open. He's got it. He's gone.
How about that?
Oregon repeats as the Pac-12 champion.
Duarte pulls up, 3-ball. Bang!
LJ Figueroa!
Oregon goes back-to-back for the fourth time in the last 6 years. The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
Moseley 3. Goal! Moseley ball. 3 is good. Diarra-Savali. Wing. Pow. Yeah, boom, boom.
Welcome to Duck Insider.
What a weekend.
We're just getting started.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, here's Joey Mack.
Thank you and welcome to the final Duck Insider of the 2020-21 competition year. We usually end the show on the Wednesday that the track and field championships begin at Hayward Field, and that's exactly what we're doing because Hayward Field hosts. It's the mecca of track and field for really the next month. I'm excited. The men of Oregon will get underway in day one of the NCAAs here tonight. Starts at 5 o'clock if you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour with the 4x100 meter relay. And that's the first time that you'll see the Ducks in action. Full preview is on GoDucks.com, a chance to see the schedule. But really, Ducks are going to have somebody in action at 5:02, 5:16, 5:32, 6:16, 6:44, and 7 o'clock tonight. Let's go Ducks. Let's go Ducks. Hayward Field hosting the track and field championships for the NCAAs here tonight. The broadcast schedule will actually begin on ESPN3 this afternoon with some of the multi-events, and then the window will actually begin for TV coverage on the ESPN family of networks at 5 o'clock. I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun time at Hayward Field. We also have some good news for you today as we'll talk with Rob Mosley and Jerry Allen, kind of the retrospective on the season, what was truly a, I think, tumultuous but successful season for the Ducks. Now, a lot of athletic departments could probably say that around the country, but I really do feel that Oregon has a case for one of the most successful runs by an athletic department in the entire year. Ducks are one of just two schools that had a bowl game, March Madness for both men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, and volleyball all in the postseason. Ducks are one of two programs, two athletic departments to have that resume. Impressive for the Ducks. If you missed it yesterday, Rob Mullins talking about that. Subscribe to the Oregon Sports Network podcast or go back and watch the show on YouTube or the Go Ducks Facebook. Be able to see what we talked about with the Oregon Athletic Director. We also will send you into the fall with a football season highlight package. It's a lot of fun. Women's basketball season highlights as well. And if you missed our men's basketball season highlights, sending you into next year, those were on Monday's show. So you can go back and watch that and listen in on the podcast service of your choice. Great news today for a former Oregon student athlete, and she was the assistant coach. She's been named the new head coach of the Oregon Acrobatics and Tumbling program. That's Taylor Susnara. You knew her as an athlete as Taylor Galvin. She was a tremendous athlete for the Acrobatics and Tumbling program, a 3-time All-American for the Ducks from 2015 to 18 before working as an assistant for the last 3 seasons under former head coach Keena Wan, who stepped down in April to pursue other interests. Susnara becomes the 4th head coach in the program's history, and to Coach Susnara, I wish you nothing but the best. Taylor is an awesome individual. I think that the program is in great hands as that sport continues to grow. Taylor Susnara has been named the head coach for Oregon Acrobatics and Tumbling. Rob Mullins said, quote, "We are thrilled to announce Taylor as our new head coach. Taylor was a phenomenal student athlete here at Oregon and has grown tremendously as a coach over the last few years. She understands what it means to be a Duck and the importance of the student athlete experience. This is an exciting time for Oregon Acrobatics and Tumbling," Rob Mullins continued to say, as the sport moves closer to having its championship sponsored by the NCAA, and we couldn't ask for a better person than Taylor to lead the way. Outstanding. Congratulations to Taylor Susnara, and now she's getting to work. head coach for Oregon Acrobatics and Tumbling. Also, Oregon true freshman Janice Jen earned ITA All-America status today following her incredible run to the national semifinals in the NCAA Singles Championship. She is the third Oregon player to receive All-America recognition and the second to do so as a singles player. And one of the others, her head coach, Courtney Nagel, as one of the 3 Ducks now as an All-American. Congratulations to Janice Jen. That was an absolutely awesome run to watch, and she's an All-American. Well, it's our last show. As we talked about, the final athletic competitions, for Oregon at least, will be the track and field championship. So those of you who can make it to Hayward Field, enjoy it. If you can't make it, tune in for the broadcast because the Ducks are going to be in the hunt for not just some individual national championships, but frankly, a team national championship for both the men and the women. Of course, you get a number of guys on the Bowerman watch list. Ducks might be doing something right with the likes of Cooper Tier, Charlie Hunter, Cole Hawker, a number of different athletes to keep your eyes on for track and field at Hayward Field. So those are the final athletic events, and it gives us a chance to kind of look back a little bit. Football got things off the ground a little bit later than we thought, but let's all remember back to when I think Scott and I were sitting here doing the show. We weren't sure when we would be talking about live football games again. We were able to do it again, and the Ducks won the Pac-12 title game. Not a bad year. It's a down year, and Oregon wins a Pac-12 championship. Pretty good. Volleyball and women's soccer got going in the spring. That was weird. That was super weird. What a first year, though, for Graham Abel. Our neighbor, his office is here across from the studio, and, what a first year for him in volleyball with another deep postseason run. Men's and women's basketball, just another ho-hum Sweet 16 appearance for both of those programs. I know the emotions are still raw, but baseball hosted a regional. I think Mark Wasikowski has this team back. Softball had another postseason tournament appearance. Men's tennis with another run to the round of 32 in the postseason. Just talked about Janice Jen on the women's side. Men's and women's golf both in the postseason. Women's golf, the third best finish of all time. And by the way, an indoor national championship for Oregon track and field. The year just, it writes itself in that regard. I've been asking everybody what they'll remember most from this year, and that's what we're going to talk about with Rob Mosley and Jerry Allen coming up here in just a little while. First, though, how about we get you ready for next football season? You ready for that? The football highlights. Jerry Allen and Mike Jorgensen, you're going to enjoy listening to some of the best of this past year as we now look ahead to next fall for Oregon football, and we're planning for a full Autzen Stadium.
It has been 310 days since Oregon has played a football game. That will come to an end today when they finally, here at Autzen Stadium, will host the Stanford Cardinal.
People at home looking forward to this. The football team, the coaching staff, and everybody else is really looking forward to getting out here and getting this thing started. It's time.
Going to throw a little swing pass out, and touchdown, DJ Johnson. First and goal from the 9. And Chuck's going to try to keep and go left.
Oh, how about that?
He's going to score. Tyler Shuck with a score, runs it in himself.
How about that?
Game number 1 will go to the Oregon Ducks as the final 2 seconds tick away, and there's your final. Oregon 35 and Stanford 14. Number 11 Oregon and a Washington State team that still, this is an unknown because Washington State is a really good football team. Snap from center. Give it to Verdell. Up the middle. Power. Oh, where the goal line. He's got it. Going to go back and throw. Got him. Die. Touchdown Oregon. Right side. First and goal now for the Ducks inside the 5. And that's Habibi Likio behind him. He gets the ball. No, it's going to be a pass. Touchdown. Johnny Johnson the third. 2 receivers each way. Shuck back to throw.
Guy's got a linebacker on him.
Look. Got him deep. He's open. He's got it, and he's gone. Not going to catch Travis Dye. 10-5. Touchdown Oregon. And Oregon's going to get out of Pullman with a 43-29 win. Go 2-0 and get ready to come back home. Chip Kelly returns to Eugene. Boy, there are a lot of stories on the side for the matchup today at Autzen Stadium. Oregon, UCLA, and the snap. And to Verdell, looking for a hole, slides right into the end zone. Griffin on 4th down and 4. Back to throw. Steps up, throws, it is intercepted. Shuck keeps, wants to throw, wide open Campmoyer. As soon as I saw Campmoyer line up, I thought, oh my gosh, 4th down and 12. Got to get a first down here. Griffin back to throw. Pressure comes, runs away from it. Now throws it down. It is incomplete. incomplete, and Oregon will take over on down. Final score. Wow, what a game. Oregon 38 and UCLA 35. The Ducks are 3-0 on the season. Snap, keep, drive. He's in. Chance Nolan has scored. Oregon State has reclaimed the lead. Got hook and ladder. Ducks trying to flip the ball back and forth. It's loose on the turf. Beavers pick it up. Game over. 41-38.
Garbers takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Has plenty of time. Throws toward the left sideline wide open. Remigio. Touchdown Bears. And the Ducks with back-to-back losses. California 21. Oregon 17.
Always looking in the mirror and understanding. Assessing the film and making sure, digging deep and all this stuff. Because you don't just throw your hands up and say, darn it, we lost. You attack it. All the issues, all the errors.
Well, we thought we were going to be previewing Ducks and Dogs today. Unfortunately, with the uptick in COVID-19 cases within the University of Washington football program, they're not able to make the trip. So we will not have Ducks and Dogs on the gridiron coming at you tomorrow. Ducks and Trojans, it's official. Oregon will replace Washington in the Pac-12 championship game. Now it's Oregon-USC for the conference championship.
The whole team is just taking this opportunity as a blessing, and we're fired up for it.
We're going to have to play USC, build off what we did last year in the championship, and prove all our doubters wrong.
I'm curious what you would say to those people who think that Oregon doesn't deserve to be in this championship game.
Every opportunity we can, we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to take advantage of this week and do it unapologetically. But we're in this opportunity. We might as well win it. We might as well do the best that we can with the cards that we're given.
Watch us on Friday. Hopefully we prove you wrong.
From the shotgun, Brown back to throw. Dumps it over the top. Inside. Touchdown. Jalen Red. Pump fake that way. Look down to the right. Going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Hunter Camp Boyer. Here's Shuck. A little play fake. There's Johnson. 10. Not going to get him. Inside. Touchdown, Oregon. Die to his right. Trips right. Snap. Back to throw. Pressure comes. Throws it deep. Back in the end zone and die. Touchdown, Oregon.
We're rough to deal with sometimes, but they managed to find a way to stay healthy, make it to every single game, and sure enough, found ourselves here in the Pac-12 championship and got it done. So tremendous credit goes to these football players.
Mario Cristobal gets a Gatorade bath, and Oregon repeats as the Pac-12 champion. Ha ha! How about that? Coaches will shake hands. Iowa State will celebrate. And the Ducks will jump on an airplane and come home and get ready for school, however that will be, and get ready for Spring Bowl. Final score, Iowa State 34, Oregon 17. That's a tough one. Opportunities there, but just could not take advantage of them. A lot of football played, a lot of great memories.
If that doesn't get you ready for next year, I'm not sure what does. Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen on the call. Somehow I found my way into the highlight recap that Rob Joyce put together along with Scott Phillips. That gets you ready for next year as the Ducks. I think, hey, you got to say, if that's a down year, you're in a New Year's Six Bowl and you're winning a Pac-12 championship game, pretty doggone good season, huh? Coming up next, we're going to look back on the entire year and preview what's to come in the fall. Also, a little bit of track and field talk with Rob Mosley. He's the editor-in-chief of GoDucks.com, host of the Mighty Oregon podcast, and Rob, I was hoping that you'd be here in person because I got crumble cookies today. So we'll have to see if maybe we can make a delivery over to one Rob Mosley.
I don't think I need it. I want it, but I don't think I need it.
Quick time out. When we come back, Rob Mosley joins us on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCAA. Equal housing opportunity.
On March 5th, 2021, we lost a larger-than-life member of the Oregon Ducks family. Chris Bjork passed away surrounded by his wife Allison and their 3 sons, Anders, Henry, and Jordy. After spending more than 26 years working with the University of Oregon, we are proud to establish the Chris Bjork Scholarship Fund in his honor. Go to GoDucks.com/Bjork Scholarship. That's GoDucks.com/Bjork Scholarship to make a contribution and help us remember a great Duck.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield IMG College.
GTG, BRB, OMW, be there in a few. You may think that these kinds of texts are fine because of their length, and you can easily send them at a stoplight. But no, answering one text can take your attention away from the road for 5 seconds. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Make good decisions, don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see? Every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Rob Mosley joining us every Wednesday. Rob takes the time out of his busy schedule to come on and chat with us on the University of Oregon Alumni Association guest line. Rob's getting ready for track and field championships at Hayward Field. Rob, how excited are you for the NCAAs here coming up over the next 4 days?
Yeah, I'm just really intrigued to see mostly kind of what the venue's like with a bunch of fans in it. We've had a couple meets there, but with only just kind of a smattering of fans, relatively speaking, and so. With Lane County going back down to low risk and that meaning a couple thousand even extra on top of what we thought it was going to be, I'm just really intrigued to see just what the atmosphere is like.
Yeah, it's really something special. The theater of track and field, as we've always talked about with Hayward Field, and especially this new look to Hayward Field, it's going to be exciting. You can follow Rob on Twitter at GoDucks Moseley. He'll have coverage for you coming on GoDucks.com. Day one of the NCAA is getting underway with multi-events this afternoon, and then the Ducks will, of course, have a bunch of different athletes competing here tonight in the 5 to 7 o'clock window that is televised on the ESPN family of networks. Rob, I feel like anytime we get to this point in the year with track and field, they're always competing for a national championship. Some individuals that are competing for one, the team competing for one. It's really no different this year, is it?
No, I mean, the LSU men look really, really formidable, and the women's race looks like, kind of could be a lot of teams jockeying for position there. So yeah, you want to be realistic a little bit, but the other side of the coin is you always know the Ducks are going to be right there. If LSU stumbles, Oregon's going to be as well positioned as anybody potentially to pick them off on the men's side. And then on the women's side, yeah, if you have some things go your way, which can happen in a track meet, the Ducks will be right there too. So it's to be one of those programs just always in the conversation is pretty remarkable.
Details on tickets if you go to the track and field section of GoDucks.com. The full preview is on there. You can look at it for the schedule. Also some tickets and some info for you with things obviously changing rapidly. And, well, talk about rapid change, Rob. We're going to talk a little bit about what's to come in the fall in a moment, planning for a full Autzen Stadium. How about Oregon baseball, though? You talked about LSU, and emotions are still pretty fresh, I think, for everybody around these parts. But what a season. I think when you look back in the bigger picture, Rob, and I know you asked Mark Wasikowski about this postgame, still a pretty darn successful season for the Duck baseball team, and I think it's safe to say that they're in good hands with Mark Wasikowski.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow when you come as close to getting to Supers and you don't get there. And, in the big picture, 5-6 months ago, if you said, hey, you'll be right there in the thick of things for the conference race going into the last weekend of the regular season, and you'll make it to the postseason, and you'll have every chance to get to Supers, you'd say, all right, we'll take that. And then when you actually have to swallow it, when you do all that, but then come up short of advancing, it's tough. I think, just the little breakdowns that contributed to that loss Monday, there's a lot of coachable moments. I think, if you're an Oregon player, you probably need to be ready to hear about that a lot come fall, that, hey, we need to be on our game in every aspect of what we do, because you see that if one little thing goes sideways, it can cost you in the biggest of moments. And so you just can't take any little bit of preparation for granted. All those situations that the coaches are working you through in the fall, if this happens, then this, here's what we'll do, here's how we'll do that. you got to be locked in and be ready because, it could come up at the biggest of moments, and it did. And Ducks didn't quite execute a situation, and so now they're home watching. So, a ton to celebrate and also a ton to learn from.
A lot of guys that were setting records left and right. Aaron Zavala is a semifinalist for the National Player of the Year, the Golden Spikes Award. I mean, Kenyon Jovan tied a single-season record for RBIs. He'd set a single-season record for home runs. Gabe Matthews is the record holder in basically every offensive category there is. Tanner Smith had a doubles record that he set this year. I mean, the offense, it's safe to say this is, I think, the best offensive team record for home runs as well. It's safe to say that this is the best offensive team we've seen in the modern era. That's my opinion, Rob. You agree?
No, I think, I haven't done the math, but I think if you did runs per game, this team would have the record. They probably tied? No, eight runs on Monday. So I think, they probably broke the school record for runs by 1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But did it in like 10 less games. I think that the team came in 7 shy of tying the record, maybe the 2010 team's record for runs. I could be totally wrong right here. But I think, if you score 8 Monday, I think the team set the runs record. But then, did it in significantly fewer games, at least, 8 or 9 games, I think, fewer than the team that had set the previous record. So, it was just, one thing I think we saw, and that I think is a selling point for fans going forward is if this team can earn the right to play late in the year, PK Park becomes a lot less daunting. I mean, some of I probably saw, and you've seen more baseball at PK Park than I have, I probably saw the 5 farthest hit balls I've ever seen there all last weekend. Kenyon Jovan's home run Friday, Zavala's home run. I think that was Friday, his first homer.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the ones the LSU kids hit. I mean, there were just some bombs hit at PK Park throughout the regional weekend. And the weather warms up, the wind starts blowing a little bit, and it actually, Gavin Grant had that shot in the 8th inning of Monday's game that if that had been hit an hour earlier, maybe an hour and a half early in the day, that probably goes out because it went right to the wall. So, for as much as a pitcher's park as PK Park can be, particularly when it's colder and damper, when it gets a little drier and warmer and windier, you saw what you saw in this regional. Really entertaining, fun games to watch, competitive games to watch, frustrating in terms of results for the Ducks in the end, but really, really intense, fun games to watch as a fan of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. Mark Wasikowski and I have talked a lot about this over the course of the season, Rob, and he always gives a lot of credit to Daryl Hunter. Daryl Hunter, a former Oregon baseball player, now a strength and conditioning coach for the Ducks, and does a few other things for the program as well. Getting in the weight room is important, and the Ducks have really, really bought into that this year, and I think you saw that with this team. I was thinking, you got me thinking, Rob, about the deepest home runs I've ever hit. Brandon Wolf hit one for Stanford that never landed.
Yeah, Todd still talks about that one.
Yeah, well, the broadcast, let's just say that the call from me and Todd is you've probably heard it, Rob. I mean, it's legendary at this point of just how truly comical it was how far that ball went.
Yeah.
It hit, just so everyone knows, I mean, it was the closest I've ever seen come to like Roy Hobbs in The Natural hitting a light pole. It was the step below the lights in the left field tower of lights. It was unbelievable. Michael Conforto hit one that hasn't landed yet, and then Ryan Healy and Sean Chase both hit 2 different ones, obviously, that were up there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It's a fun brand of baseball that the Ducks are playing, too. They're playing aggressive. I think they're in good hands with Mark Wasikowski. Rob, I could talk to you about baseball for hours. As you know, this is what I do. But let's talk a little bit about what's to come in the future. The plan is, as we talked with Rob Mullins yesterday, and we've been planning for this, right, that it's going to be a full Autzen Stadium in the fall. That's the plan. Now, how exciting is that, Rob? I mean, to have me be able to ask you that question here on Wednesday, June 9th, that the plan is to have a full Autzen Stadium, man, that gives me goosebumps even thinking about it again.
Yeah, we've just got one more hurdle to clear as a state in terms of vaccinations, and even if the pace is slowing a little bit, there's a lot of time to get there, and so hopefully people get their shots and get that number up, and but yeah, there's every reason to think we're trending that direction, and I was up in Salem last night at an event with some of the fans up there, and just to be around, a bunch of people and celebrating Oregon athletics in a way that we haven't really had a chance to do. We've been the student athletes have had the opportunities to do their thing this year, and that's been great. But, the fans are such a big component of that. And to not be able to have them, in large numbers at any events and to kind of enjoy that together, I kind of made the comment last night at the event. There's so much between the pandemic and politics the last year that is pretty divisive in our culture right now. It can feel like a pretty divisive time. And so to have been around a couple hundred people, whatever it was last night, who were all rowing in the same direction on at least one thing, we're all pulling the same direction. We all have the same goal. To support student athletes, give them a great experience, help them compete for championships, win championships is nice. It's nice to be a bunch of people that, have a common culture, common goals, and to celebrate that. And, Autzen Stadium can be a hostile place for the opposition, but, to have 50 whatever thousand people packed in there, all rooting for the same team, or most of them at least, is pretty fun and something we've missed. So, a chance for us to all be on the same page together. That's something I'm really looking forward to too.
Yeah, man, that's well said. Talk about goosebumps. That's giving me goosebumps too. Just you walk around in green and yellow around these parts, you're gonna get a Go Ducks chant. I mean, that's how it should be. That's absolutely how it should be. Rob, I've been asking everybody this question, and you and I have talked a lot throughout this year and a lot of different things, a lot of different stories that you've written about on GoDucks.com. You talked about on the Mighty Oregon podcast. What are you going to remember most from this year, Rob? Things that stick out to you as you look back on the 2020-21 competition year?
Oh, man. I mean, I just think, in the big picture, just the fact that the opportunity was there, just after having last spring cut short, the fact that, the teams got to take the field or the court, whatever, and actually participate in athletics, was great. I think in terms of storylines, I think some of the wins over Stanford, Stanford's, if you look at the Directors Cup standings, they're always at the top, because they win in a lot of things, so for Graham Abel's soccer program to beat Stanford, for women's tennis to beat Stanford, for men's tennis to beat Stanford. I think that tennis was both their senior day, if I'm remembering right. I think some of the wins that they, so for those programs, Rob Mosley talks about broad-based excellence. For those programs to have those signature victories, in men's tennis, they're come from behind, win, come back at home to beat Washington. Some of those moments really stand out to me a lot. It just was really, got a lot of pride out of those sports kind of capturing their opportunities and making the most of them. And, you love to win conference championships in football and men's basketball. And, those experiences take a backseat to nothing. But, I think if we've women's soccer had never beaten Stanford, so it's never happened to beat them in women's soccer, men's tennis, and women's tennis in the same year. But for all those wins over Stanford, really stuck out to me.
That's awesome. That's good stuff from Rob Mosley, the editor-in-chief of GoDucks.com. Mighty Oregon podcast, that's going to get me through the summer and some long drives. We've also got, of course, GoDucks.com. That's where you can find all of Rob's work. Follow him on Twitter at GoDucksMosley. He only accepts tweets about things that are nice about the Ducks and the Penguins. Rob really tends to like his birds when it comes to sports. So, Rob, thanks.
Put that together, yeah. That's true.
Rob, thanks for always taking the time, buddy. I can't thank you enough for always joining us every Wednesday, and look forward to catching up with you again in about 6 weeks after we take our summer hiatus, and then we're back for fall camp, if you can believe it. So thanks for always taking the time, buddy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Yeah, he is the editor-in-chief of GoDucks.com. One Robert J. Mosley, Esquire. What else can I add today? I'm running out of things to add.
Didn't you make me a doctor one time?
I think I gave you like Esquire, PhD, something. Yeah. I don't remember, but
I'll take it.
The business card, yeah, it's it's important.
I faked my way through college, so I can fake my way to a graduate degree or two too.
I think that we all do that. That's what Scott just said. He goes, I think we all did that. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on the University of Oregon Alumni Association guest line. Have a Diet Mountain Dew for me, okay?
Will do. Take it easy.
All right, man. When we come back, we're going to go through some more of the highlights, get through some of the fun stuff. Jerry Allen's going to join us. Also, you're going to hear from Terry Johns and Bev Smith looking ahead to next season for women's basketball as well. It's the last show of the year on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Dear Freedom, Toyota hybrids say let's go. Faster and further, revving with power and slicing through curves. From the athletic RAV4 hybrid to the elegant Venza and the swagger-filled Sienna, we're taking adventure further. So let's go places, Toyota hybrids.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCAA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear Freedom, Toyota hybrids say let's go. Faster and further, revving with power and slicing through curves. From the athletic RAV4 hybrid to the elegant Venza and the swagger-filled Sienna, we're taking adventure further. So let's go places, Toyota hybrids.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hello, it's me, the designer jeans in the back of your closet. What happened to us? I used to summer in the Hamptons, and now I'm stuck behind a pair of sweats. Okay, maybe I never really fit you right, but I got a lot more Sunday fun days left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff, create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. We're inside the Country Financial Studio. Today's show is brought to you by Shadow Hills Country Club, your family resort just minutes from home. Call for a tour today. And by our friends at Hoodoo. Always see you tomorrow at Hoodoo. So many great things to do in the Hoodoo landscape. I'm always looking forward to any time I get a chance to get out there. And to be honest with you all, everybody, I think I'm going to be doing that next week after the track and field championships wrap up. Meanwhile, it's another successful season, if not tumultuous at times, for Oregon women's basketball. The Ducks with another Sweet 16 appearance. Can't take those for granted. Going to be a little different looking roster next year, but boy, they're going to have some fun, I think. Terry Johns and Bev Smith on the call for the entire season. A little bit of a retrospective on women's basketball and a peek ahead to next year with Terry Johns and Bev Smith.
We are glad to be playing a basketball game as the 2021 season getting underway. Seattle University Redhawks here in town to take on your Oregon Ducks. Here's a steal. Parrish weaving her way down. Williams is down there. A little Euro step through and scored and draws the foul. Sends over to left corner. Mike Sell, perfect. Holy cow. 5 of 6 for threes for Mike Sell. 15 points. 116-51. The Ducks with the win here in the opener. 22-game Pac-12 schedule this year. It's a round robin. Coach Kelly Graves says this is what he likes. He would like to play everybody. It should be that it's a true regular season champion as the Ducks go for 4 in a row. 3-time defending champion. Sedona Prince, top right. Boley, open 3. Good. A Boley bomb. 37-26. Ducks. Shelley goes down the baseline. Spins. Open off the glass and in. There you go. Now to Duglage. Fires a 3 and hits just before the buzzer. Off balance. Drifting to the left. A quarter to Mike Sill. Left wing. Pow Pow. Yeah. Boom boom. A 3-ball by Tahina Pow Pow. Chavez out top. Mike Sill fires. Hits. Mike Sill. 38-22, her 5th three-pointer. Final score, 79-59. The Ducks over the Beavers. Van Dyke starts to drive. Passed across the floor, and Pow Pow read it perfectly. 1-on-3 against the Huskies and scores with the left hand. What a move by Pow Pow. To Boley, who gives it right back. Now Boley in the corner. 3 is good. Aaron Boley, a Boley bomb. Wow. Moseley backing in. Now goes left to right and banks it home with the right hand. Shelley coming over, lobs across the lane to Lydia Giomi for the lay-in. And the Ducks go to 8-0 on the season, 6-0 in conference play as the Ducks win it 92-69 over USC. You can't lose sight that, the 3 losses that you have. You've lost to number 11 UCLA, number 1 Stanford, and now number 11 Arizona. 2 of those games were on the road. You can't lose sight of that, even though you didn't play the way you would expect to play.
There's still a lot of season left. There's still opportunity for this team to learn. You're going to have some lessons that you're going to have to now really try to apply to get better in the next couple of games.
I just think we play really well as front runners, but when things get tough and teams get physical against us, we have not shown that we can respond consistently. We've just got to get better at that. Yes, we do.
Moseley passes back out to Parrish for a 3. Left wing is good. Shelley tries to get a pick but can't. Now around, runner off the glass and in. Maddie Shear, here come the Ducks. Shear hands off Giomi, running the floor, lays it in. Whoa! Lydia Giomi. Ducks have numbers now to Jazz Shelley, left wing 3, good. The Ducks are going to win it here and they get a sweep of the Washington schools, both on the road and at home. 69-52, the final. The Ducks now 11-3 overall and 9-3 in conference play.
Women's basketball, unfortunately, has entered into a pause. No games this weekend. University of Oregon women's basketball program paused all team-related activities, and as a result, those scheduled games this past weekend have been postponed.
Well, it's been almost 2 weeks since the Ducks have been on the floor and competing against an opponent. The Ducks get to do that here tonight against the UC Davis Aggies. Cut off, try to drive in the left corner. Savali, a 3 is good. Niara Savali. Ducks will dribble it out, but they were in a fight. Ended up being a great game as the Ducks win 63-57. Arizona gets the sweep of the Ducks. Well, a gallant effort by the Ducks, but come up just short as the final here at Matthew Knight Arena. Stanford 63, Oregon 61. Final score 83-56. The Bruins over the Ducks. And Oregon State excited as they have knocked off number 14 Oregon. 71-64, Oregon State ends the Ducks Pac-12 tournament run as they get ready for the NCAA tournament coming up.
I'm sure everybody's counting us out, and that's good. That's good. I hope they do, because I think we have now something to play with.
At the end of the day, they scored more points than we did, but we're not done yet, so keep on fighting.
From day one, and those that have covered us from day one know that I have said 100 times we are going to be a tough out come March.
The Ducks, the number 6 seed, will take on number 11 South Dakota, the Summit League champion.
Well, it's an opportunity, and the players and the staff feel like this is a new season.
Niara Savali steps in front, going all the distance and laying in with the left hand. Ducks in front 8-4. Down the floor. Here is Mike Sell with a runner. Savali there. Now they pop out Boley for a 3. Good. A Boley bomb. Her 3rd of the ball game.
We have to build on that, and we have to continue to bring that energy and just play as hard as we can and continue to play for each other.
Final score, the Ducks go to San Antonio and win the first round game against the 11 seed South Dakota.
Playing with confidence is a huge thing, knowing that we're capable of beating any team that's here.
The Ducks will move on to take on Georgia on Wednesday. Inbound out top to Boley, a Boley bomb, and we're tied at 19. Savali goes down low, Sedona Prince up and in over Stady. 22 for Sedona, tying her career high. Savali puts it on the floor, goes against Nicholson and scores! Ducks by 6, 15 for Niara Savali. Timeout, Georgia.
Niara and I talked before the fourth quarter, and we were like, we're gonna go to the Sweet 16 on our first year.
And you can hear the Oregon bench. 2-1, and the Ducks are in the Sweet 16, the 4th tournament in a row. They did it.
It's just not been an easy ride. And listen, we're still playing, so we feel so good about that.
Coming in as the number 6 seed, 15-8 overall, Louisville Cardinals, 25-3. They're the number 2 seed. Head coach Jeff Walls there, as we mentioned earlier, 14th year, 9 Sweet 16s, 5 Elite 8s, 3 Final Fours, 2 runner-ups. Sedona recovered and blocked the shot. Out top, Boley. A Boley bomb! Mike Hill on the dribble against Kiana Smith. Bounce pass, high post. Here's Sedona, 17, nails the jumper. Ducks within 8. Louisville ends the Ducks season 60-42 in the Sweet 16.
I'm really proud of my team. I don't think a month ago many people thought we would be here. We were the youngest team in the field. I think we have a championship makeup with the players that we have. We just weren't good enough in this tournament to continue on. But I think just the fact that we were able to play 3 games, win a couple in this tournament, I think will do us well in the future.
Man, I think that the future is so bright for Oregon women's basketball. Just hearing Terry Johns and Bev Smith call that and hearing from Kelly Graves at the end, it's going to be a good season next year. I'm already getting excited for it. You know what else I'm excited for? University of Oregon Alumni Association guest line. Jerry Allen is here, ladies and gentlemen. The voice of the Ducks.
Where'd you go?
I lost him. Jerry, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. And that's not a bad thing.
I was going to say, walking right into this one. Jerry, hey, you listen to those highlights. You know, you probably heard us play the football highlights earlier, men's basketball highlights. It's just amazing that you're disappointed after a Sweet 16 appearance. You know, isn't that a great problem to have if you're the University of Oregon right now?
You know, it's sort of where we are now. And I say where we are, I mean, University of Oregon athletics. I think they have attained that level now where the expectations are to be in postseason every year in many of the sports, certainly the key sports. So, yeah, it's to be expected now, to be disappointed when you don't get past the Sweet 16 or when you get the Sweet 16. I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's awesome. And I think that the Ducks are going to continue to have that sort of success. All right, we're going to get a quick timeout. The year in review with the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen. And, Jerry, a look ahead to a full Autzen Stadium.
Wow. Come on.
Let's go Ducks. Talking with Jerry Allen next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Hi, welcome to the Spicy Drive-In. May I take your order?
Can I get the spicy chicken sandwich, please?
The spicy chicken is an excellent choice, sir. And to drink?
Whatever's fine.
Oh, may I make a beverage pairing recommendation this evening?
Sure.
If we are feeling especially bold tonight, sir, I would recommend the Mountain Dew with that. It's bravely unrestrained with a very alive aroma that pairs wonderfully with your spicy chicken. It's followed by a hint of zesty citrus flavor.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm sure you already know this, sir, but remember to appreciate the nose first by giving the Mountain Dew a little swirl to relieve volatilize it.
What?
To change the flavor compounds and activate your taste buds to get them fully primed for that chicken sandwich.
It's delicious.
Now you're getting the hang of it. The muscular flavor charge characteristics of Mountain Dew make for an absolutely epic mouthfeel when paired with spicy cuisine. It is quite on point, sir.
Dude, it's a perfect match. Like they were made for each other.
So true, so true.
When you want to make good food bolder and bold food better, do the Dew.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Learfield IMG College.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Today's show is brought to you by North Fork Public House, northforkeugene.com. Jerry Allen will eat some nachos there. We're in the Country Financial Studio. Jerry's on the University of Oregon Alumni Association guest line. It's always fun at the end of the year, Jerry, to kind of look back. And I've been asking everybody this question as we look back on the year in our final show of the 2020 to 21 competition year, with hopefully some more national championships coming for Oregon track and field at Hayward Field. Jerry, I've been asking everybody, though, I mean, what sticks out to you from this year? It was a tumultuous year, a lot of perseverance that we can all talk about, and some championships. What sticks out to you? What are you going to remember from this year?
Well, the one thing I'll remember from this year, I mean, there's some great games, some great single moments, slam dunks, great passes, catches, golf shots, all of that. I mean, there was some, but Joey, the way that the student athletes persevered through all that was going on and didn't give up the focus and kept their eye on the target. I'm not sure a lot of us as adults were able to do that the way they did. So I'll always remember this year as a year that taught me how tough and resilient young people really are.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Mark Wasikowski said before that it was hard for adults. It's even harder for college kids to go through this right now. It's harder for any student right now to have to reinvent the way that you go about your life, go about your education. I think that's a great point, Jerry. And I want to talk with you a little bit about, in particular, baseball. That's a sport, one of the many that they were just getting their season going last year when it all stopped. You know, how proud are you after seeing this program rebirthed under Pat Kilkenny, Joe Johnsante, George Horton, many others? Now Mark Wasikowski taking it to this next level in the new era. I mean, how proud were you to see the Ducks perform the way that they did? I know it didn't go the way they wanted on Monday. Emotions are still a little raw, but I mean, Jerry, what a season that was, huh?
Well, I was really kind of shocked, to be honest with you. I was surprised that they came together as well as they did. Obviously, great coaching and great leadership of the team, but I was ready for a lot of the teams, and baseball included, because that's a long, hard season. And when you're interrupted and when things don't go the way they should, that really changes what you do. And for them to not allow that to, again, take away their focus, stay the course, do what they needed to do. And then for me to see Pat Kilkenny in the booth next to us, along with George Horton, and that family come together to celebrate what they had accomplished again for Mark Wasikowski. It's almost kind of emotional. It was cool.
Yeah. So those of you who were with us on the broadcast this weekend, you heard Jerry talking about that. I mean, Coach Horton said, "Hey, I wouldn't miss this for the world." I mean, that's awesome to see that, and I think that I think the future is very bright for Oregon baseball. I'll put it that way. I think that the future is really, really bright for this Oregon baseball team. Elsewhere, Jerry, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't talk with you a little bit about basketball. We talked about the Sweet 16 appearances. I mean, what Coach Altman has put together, and you've worked with Coach Stubblefield from the beginning. Now, with him exiting and Chris Crutchfield coming in, I don't think the Ducks have missed a beat. Just keeping track of the way things are moving around the landscape of college basketball. Sure looks like Oregon basketball is going to be in a really good spot next year.
No, as long as Oregon has in basketball, the two key guys, Kelly Graves, obviously leaving the women, and Dana Altman. I mean, it's all about recruiting and convincing young men and young women to come and play for you and do what you want to do to get to that common goal. And they're as good at, if not better than, any coaches in the nation in doing that. Dana Altman does it year in and year out. Kelly Graves just keeps bringing great talent in. So, they're not going to skip a beat. They won't miss a beat. Dana's got them dialed in. He's got them tuned. I'm going to miss, Chris Duarte. I mean, but there's always another Chris Duarte. There's always another one of those players that Dana just picks off of that talent tree and puts them in the bowl and says, let's do it again. And that's what I look forward to. Who's the next pick?
Yeah, I feel like Oregon has really been ahead of the curve in terms of using transfers on their roster. Now that's the norm, but Ducks are doing it with grad transfers for a long time. Jerry, remember when Oregon was like the black sheep, it almost felt like, for getting grad transfers? Well, now it's like, this is what we do.
Yeah, there was a time not long ago when I thought it's terrible. I can't believe we're going to do that. We're going to allow kids to transfer. We're going to let them do this, let them do that. But I've come to the realization that this is their life. Okay, this isn't our life. This isn't even the coach's life. This is their life that they're building in front of them. And if this is a tool they can use to attain that goal, and we can help them do that, you know what? All of a sudden, this last year, I realized that's a good thing. And Dana Altman, I mean, Oregon is a brand that student athletes across the nation know about. Mm-hmm. So when Dana Altman says, "Hey, I happen to have an opening out here at the University of Oregon in men's basketball," eyes go up, ears open up, and guys are like, "Yeah, okay, I've been watching you guys. I mean, I have a chance to play there." that's what's going on.
You already excited for football?
Oh, jeez. Oh, you remember what it was like last year, talking to an empty stadium and 5-6 games, and it wasn't like a real season. So if we'll keep doing what we're supposed to be doing with this virus, antivirus shots and everything is good, if we'll just keep going, we're going to have butts in the seats and noise, and yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a really good football team too.
I can tell, like, just your reaction. You got forward in your chair.
Oh,
like, it was, I mean, Jerry, that was like, I could really feel it, through the camera here. Hey, I think that, and I mentioned this yesterday, Jerry, there's a lot of different moving parts. This is obviously a lot bigger than sports. But to take the sports-centric focus, the key to a full Autzen Stadium is a vaccinated community.
Yes.
That's just the fact of it. So fans, and I've gotten a lot of questions, Jerry, people wondering what's Autzen going to look like. Do you need to have a vaccination to get into the stadium and all these different things? And look, I'll let people that are a lot smarter than me figure that out. But I just do not want to be roaming around the stands anymore. All right, everybody? Selfishly, I'm going to be selfish right now. I want to be back on the sideline, and the way to do that is to keep doing what you're doing with the vaccines. Right, Jerry? Because Jerry doesn't want me in the booth either. That's for damn sure.
If I could keep you out of the press box entirely, it would be a huge advantage. But no, I'm all kidding aside. I love the leadership at the University of Oregon in everything they've had to do to help coaches, student athletes, students in general fight through this. And Rob Mullins is just tremendous leadership with his staff, trying to help navigate these waters that were just smooth and then rough and all over the place. It's remarkable to me that we were able to get through this year as well as we did. That's great leadership, Joey. That's just tremendous leadership. And we're so close now. I get excited about it.
I do too. I don't want to, I said it this past weekend, Jerry, and I told Rob Mullins this yesterday, and I think that this is really the crux of it for people like you and me. We were some of the few fortunate, blessed ones that could be in the stadium. But dang, did our highlights sound like garbage without fans behind them.
No, if you don't have that, I would call it the 12th member of the team, that's right. The fans, you've heard that used before. If you don't have that noise, if you don't have that energy, you are definitely missing a key component of the game. It wasn't there last year. We could try to make it sound like it was with sound effects and crowd noise, but we need the real thing. And the real thing is getting that shot. I've got 10 grandkids, 3 children. They're all vaccinated except for the littlest ones. And when they're eligible, they're going to be, we believe in it. We're all finally getting together and having dinners and doing things together because it's real. It works.
He's the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen. Well, Jerry, what are you going to do this summer? Just get ready for football and, I don't know, hang out?
Yeah, I'm already, I'm doing a little rehab. I had some surgery off season, so I'm in good shape, and I'm going to keep doing that so that when that first game gets here, just in case Coach Cristobal says, hey, strap it on, we're going, I'll be ready. So I'm, I do a little fishing, stuff like that.
You didn't have to have anything done on the vocal cords, though, right? I mean,
no. They're way above where I went.
That's the.
I'll let you this. Wow. Okay. That's like
throw the flag.
Throw
the flag. Thank you. Thank you. Jerry, hey, thanks for being on with us, and thanks for looking back on the year a little bit. I'm looking forward to our Duck Insider in August when we'll have to just do a full Oregon football preview. Jerry, I mean, that's going to be our entire month of August is getting ready for another season of Oregon football. And well, Jerry, I just hope that I'll be able to shake your hand for the first time in 2 years here soon. Okay.
Hey, I'm ready. Let's just do it. We're what, 6-7 weeks away from a little football action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, going to be with you. I can't wait.
He's the voice of the Ducks. He's Jerry Allen. Track and field championships. Might have some individual titles. Might have another Bowerman winner for the Ducks. There's still a few things to keep track of over the summer, but this is going to be a lot of fun. Quick timeout. When we return, well, we're wrapping up for the year after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union. Join in. OnPointCU.com. Federally insured by NCAA. Equal housing opportunity.
After 2 years of construction, my wife and I finally moved into our dream home. So when a bathtub fixture broke, causing major water damage, I was glad we had the home insurance protection we needed. How do you know your home is protected? Talk to a Country Financial rep like me, Nick Simon. We can help you understand your options and select coverages to meet your needs. Then if something happens to your home, you won't have any surprises. Need the right coverage for your home but not sure where to start? Visit TakeSimpleSteps.com or contact a local Country representative.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Tweens have mastered the art of tuning out. Jen, there's a spider in the car. We're turning your room into a home gym. See? Nothing. But some messages need to get through. Like making sure they're buckled up the whole ride, every time. Do whatever it takes to make your child listen. Jen, I friended your boyfriend.
Wait, what?
Buckle up, sweetie.
Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack here with you in the Country Financial Studio. A couple questions that I wanted to answer from the comment section. To be honest, my Facebook feed wasn't loading comments, so I'm sorry that I missed them earlier. Dustin asked, any update on single-game football tickets? Yes. The schedule, at least as I know it, is that mini plans are coming soon, and then the single-game tickets would follow. I think that within the next 3 weeks or so is my estimate. Before the 4th of July, I think there's going to be some updates on that, Dustin. I wish I had more concrete information, but things are still kind of changing, as you can imagine, so that is the plan. Jake Yovan, Kenyon Yovan's dad, really nice comment. Thanks for that, Jake. I appreciate you saying that. It's definitely been fun to broadcast games with your son involved. He's given me a lot of fun memories myself of getting to scream Kenyon Yovan just went yard again. He did it 17 times this year. Alex asking a good question. When does the show start back up again? Right now the plan is right when fall camp gets rolling, Alex. That is the schedule at least, and that'll be the first week of August or so. Thanks to everybody. And Steven with a good question. How am I supposed to keep updated with Duck Sports? Well, I can tell you that still got GoDucks.com. We'll be putting some updates there and a lot of different things. Scott Phillips threw a flag on Jerry Allen. It seems like a fitting way to end the show. For Scott Phillips, for Mitchell Lee back in the OSN studio, our entire team, we'll talk to you in a few weeks. Have a good summer, everybody. See ya.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace.